In an age of crumbling empires and shifting powers, history often forges its most fearsome figures. From the vast, windswept steppes of Eurasia, a new power was rising, a storm of horsemen that would threaten to engulf the known world. This is the story of their legendary king, a name that would become a byword for terror and conquest: Attila the Hun. From the boundless plains of Central Asia, the Huns emerged, a nomadic people whose mastery of the horse and bow was unmatched. They lived in the saddle, their thundering hooves a constant echo across the land, their arrows a rain of death upon their foes. It was into this world, under a sky streaked with omens, that a leader was born in the early 5th century. Destined to unite these scattered tribes into a terrifying force, this child was named Attila. By 434 AD, the mantle of leadership fell upon Attila and his elder brother Bleda. Together, they commanded the formidable Hunnic confederation, their ambition turning south towards the glittering prize of the Eastern Roman Empire. Through sheer intimidation and military might, they compelled Constantinople to pay a staggering tribute in gold, a humiliating admission of the empire's weakness. But shared rule was not Attila's destiny. Following Bleda's death in 445 AD, the circumstances of which remain shrouded in mystery, Attila stood alone, the undisputed king and sole master of a vast and powerful Hunnic empire. With absolute power in his grasp, Attila unleashed his fury upon the Roman world. His campaigns were not of conquest, but of plunder and annihilation. He swept through the Balkans, leaving a trail of devastation as cities like Naissus and Serdica were sacked and burned to the ground. To the terrified Romans, he was no mere barbarian king. He was Flagellum Dei, the Scourge of God, a divine punishment sent to chastise a sinful world. In 451 AD, this terror culminated in one of the largest and bloodiest conflicts of late antiquity. At the Battle of the Catalaunian Plains in Gaul, Attila's horde clashed with a coalition of Romans and Visigoths in a brutal, indecisive struggle that left tens of thousands dead on the field. Though checked in Gaul, Attila's ambition was far from extinguished. The following year, he turned his sights on the heart of the Western Roman Empire itself, marching his army over the Alps and into Italy. Cities fell before him, their populations fleeing in panic. As he advanced towards the ancient capital, the fate of Rome hung by a thread. In a legendary encounter near the Mincio River, Attila came face to face not with an army, but with an embassy led by Pope Leo I. In a moment that has been debated for centuries, the Hunnic king halted his advance and, for reasons still unknown, turned back, sparing the eternal city from certain destruction. Attila's story, however, would end not on the battlefield, but in celebration. In 453 AD, he took a new bride, and the night was filled with feasting and revelry. The next morning, the most feared man in the world was found dead in his chamber, the victim of a severe nosebleed. The sudden, anticlimactic death of their singular leader was a blow from which the Huns would never recover. Without Attila's unifying will, his empire, built on personal loyalty and military might, quickly fractured as his sons fought over their inheritance. The storm had passed as quickly as it had arrived. Attila the Hun, the Scourge of God, left behind a legacy of terror and a legend that would echo through the ages. His name remains a symbol of brutal warfare and the immense, disruptive power of a single individual to shake the very foundations of civilization, reminding us how swiftly the tides of history can turn.